Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, I want you to be tuned in for this entire show. We are so honored today and to have an incredible guest. Of course, I always like to say at the beginning, go get your coffee. If you must have tea, you can have that. But I'm a coffee drinker, so go get your coffee. Fortunately, my guest today as well is a coffee drinker, so this works out really well. And we are featuring SailFuture. And if you don't know what that is, stay tuned. You're going to find out. SailFuture and SailFuture Academy in St. Petersburg, and what they are doing with young people is amazing. And we have the founder and CEO with us, Mike Long. Thank you for coming.
Darlene, it's such an honor to be here.
Great.
And thank you so much for this wonderful coffee.
Yes, appropriate turning Bay Focus towards the camera.
Mm-hmm.
This is so great. But you know, when I heard about this organization, and this is a incredible foster care based and themed organization, but I'm not going to try to explain it because you could do that so much better. And I want you watching at home to stay tuned because you're going to hear from some of the young people and the teenagers that have been incredibly blessed by this organization. Now, it is a non-faith-based organization, but it is out in the community, and there are many people connected with this group, and we really want to come alongside what they're doing. One thing Bay Focus does, we've had a number of foster care organizations and different things on over the years that are really making a difference in the system, but this is probably one of the most creative I have ever heard of. What is SailFuture?
Yeah. Darlene, thank you for the opportunity to share. So SailFuture is an idea more than anything else. And it's the idea that if you invest in young people and believe in them, no matter where they started in life, they can transform their lives into whatever they want it to be. Yeah. And so we get to work with some of the most amazing kids from here in Pinellas County and around the state. So we have the privilege to serve both kids in foster care through a 24/7, 365-day-a-year residential program, and kids not in foster care through a year-round private high school that's focused all on project-based learning. And through both those different programs, we get to layer in really exciting services that most teenagers typically wouldn't buy into, but we know that they need, right? So we know that if you've gone through really hard things, therapy can be really helpful. But not everybody wants to go and see a therapist. But everybody loves to go kayaking out at Weeden Island. And if there's a therapist there right alongside you, all of a sudden this therapy becomes an adventure. And it's a place that you can open up. So kids come into our care either through the foster care side where they live with us in our residential programs, or if they're not in foster care where they just attend our private high school. And then we layer in all these other exciting services in a way that they're going to buy into because they've been designed for them and in part by them. We've created a lot of these programs with our kids, with their input and with their feedback.
So, so then you really have a great combination of young people and teenagers, and this is, when you say the school, this is a high school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you may have already said that, but it's a high school, and it's St. Petersburg.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you in St. Pete?
We're just north of downtown, right off of exit 24 on I-275. There's a little overpass that goes across the interstate there.
Yeah.
That overpass comes right to our school.
Wonderful,
it's 100 years old, beautiful
wow.
brick building. We have gargoyles at the entrance.
Kids want to come for that alone.
I mean, the gargoyles are pretty cool.
Well, you have a variety of programs, and we're going to show, including on video in a few minutes. But again, there's a reason for the name of SailFuture. And you've kind of alluded to this. You do a residential, you provide mental health, sailing expeditions, and we'll get into the job training and that in a little bit, but sailing expeditions.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So when we think of sailing, we think of it not as a vehicle to teach someone how to sail. We think of sailing as the platform or the activity that allows the adult to build a transformational relationship with the student. We think of sailing as a way to teach communication, to teach leadership, to teach teamwork, and to teach resilience. For example, all of our students start out on a 2-person racing dinghy. And this thing goes like that. If you and I aren't talking to each other and sitting on the right side, balancing our weight, it's going to flip. And so that creates a lot of anxiety. Yeah. It creates a lot of stress, especially if you've never done it before. And one of the most important things that we can teach a young person is how to regulate their emotions, right? How to communicate effectively what their needs are, how to work as a team to move something from A to B. And so sailing for us is this incredible platform to teach our young people how to regulate their emotions, how to work together as a team, and then what it means to be a leader and what all those different leadership styles look like. And we take that from this 2-person, 14-foot boat all the way up to a 100-foot long school ship that sails all around the world and has working departments where everyone has such a critical job that if they mess up in what they do, every single person on board is going to be affected. And so if you think about this 100-foot ship, it's like a small city, right? We have our own power plant. We have 2 generators so that we can keep all the items that need electricity running. We have a commercial galley because we have to feed 18 people 3 meals a day. It's a lot of food, and then all the provisioning and the meal planning and the management that goes along with that. You've got a whole engineering team that operates the engines, the generators, the water makers, the sewage treatment systems, the toilets, all the components of the boat. And so students are working in that team. Then you've got the whole deck department that is sailing this 100-foot ship. Darlene, these masts are 140 feet tall. And then there's 4 sails that we're flying when we're underway. And so you've got students that are in command of that. Winches this big, right?
Wow.
It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so they're starting out. They start small, and I know we talked before we even did the program. You've got some of these young people have never done this before. This is like they're working through anxiety, working through whatever, doing this. They're going up all these multiple levels, and then with SailFuture as a whole too, and with the academy and all the various things you do. You're doing a lot of hands-on period, right? You're doing things. You're doing job training. There's some. You have a philosophy, and I want you to. We're going to run out of time, I know. Share a little bit about this, where you're not putting everybody in. You're an individualized learning. Some may go on to college, some may not. So you're trying to teach them skills too, right?
Yeah, I'd love to dive into the high school, right? So we're grades 8 through 12.
Yeah. And
the tagline, you'll see it on our big blue bus that drives around Pinellas County every day, is where the classroom meets the real world. So what we believe is that a student should not spend 4 years in high school only to need to go and get further education to be able to do what it is that they're passionate about doing in their life. We believe that if a student is going to give us 4 years of their time and energy in high school, we should be able to give them an experience that prepares them to go out into the world and do what it is that they want to do, right? And so we've designed a high school from that idea backwards. So as students come to us in 8th or 9th grade, they're working on some basic fundamental stuff that you would in any school. Literacy, math, reading, comprehension, basic academic skills. But then once we get to 11th grade, students are actually out in the workplace. So we have an amazing partnership with CareerSource Tampa Bay that allows us to place our students with employers here in the region. And in 11th grade, they rotate through 5 different internships.
Wow.
And that's important because no teenager knows what they really want to do with their life. They may have an idea, but we give them an opportunity to go work at 5 different places to see what it is that they like and what they're good at. And then their final senior year in 12th grade, they're actually working with that dedicated employer that they found most interesting for the rest of the year, 3 days a week.
This is so incredible. I just love the whole, how you're tying it all together. What we're going to do is I want to go now because we're going to you're going to hear from some of the students with this and get a little bit of their take on this because we've covered the grounds that you do, and then quickly to the residential. You have 2 homes, right? That they can live in. These are the foster kids.
We do. Yep, they're both here in Pinellas County.
Yeah. So these are foster kids that are doing that, and then you have just students that commute to the school. You know, that come to the school. You have all of it. But we're going to take a look at what happens. You're going to see a little bit of the sailing. You're going to hear from some of the students. Then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more on how you do this. Yeah. In some of the responses and results that you've seen over the years, 10 years. Yeah. 10 years of doing the SailFuture Academy. Let's take a look and hear from some of the students at SailFuture.
I never thought I would be sailing a day in my life. I was like, we really got to get on the boat. For real? I never thought I would be able to maintain a sailboat. A lot's changed, and I'm happy.
I was always getting my work done. To miss an expedition, never.
Definitely want to keep my grades up to keep doing that.
Being a teenager sucks. I think anyone can agree that those years are just really, really hard. For our kids, they're not just dealing with all of those natural challenges of teenagehood, they're also coming from an environment that is completely stacked against them. The average income of the families that we serve here at the SailFuture Academy is $22,000 per year for a household of 4. The economic barriers in front of our kids and the pressure that that creates for them every single day is profound. The SailFuture Academy, it's a private school, 35,000 square foot campus here, where we offer a completely free private education to some of the most at-risk students in the St. Petersburg community.
All right. Morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started today.
SailFuture began as an after-school mentoring program with a local high school where I went to college. There were a group of students that were constantly being expelled and kicked out of school for pretty common behaviors. One of those assistant principals actually expelled me from her high school many years before and learned that I was now in college and doing okay. So she asked me to come and talk to those kids. And I said, hey, I really don't want to do this sitting in a lunchroom at a round table. Could we just bring some of these kids out to the boat in the afternoon to go sailing and we'll talk there? That afternoon conversation led into them coming back the next week and the week after that. And then eventually some of my friends from college came with us and paired up with each of those students as mentors and mentees. So we took these two people who come from completely different walks of life and we put them on a sailboat together where they were forced to communicate and trust one another to get that boat from point A to point B.
I wasn't the best student. I didn't have the best grades. I didn't do the smartest things. I used to get in trouble. I used to get kicked out of schools a lot. I had already gone through 2 schools. It felt like the teachers didn't really care. It also felt like I was just there because I had to be. But whenever I came to SailFuture Academy, they actually made me feel like I could do something with my life.
So, let's get seated.
In this class, we're building a kayak out of plywood, and then we'll be racing them at the end of the term.
The fiberglass on top of this, it's gonna be rock solid. It should maybe only sit this much in the water.
Sitting at a desk 8 hours a day just doesn't work for me. I'm learning how to do basic math and learning how to use different tools and learning how to use them properly and how to be safe with them. Oh, I love this class. This class is one of the best classes I have, and I'm happy that I get to spend my whole day with Captain Tony.
We have an audience of kids here who don't necessarily believe in the idea that they need or should come to school 5 days a week for 4 years. And so it's our job as a school to look at a learner who is disengaged and isn't showing up and say, hey, a disengaged learner is the failure of a school, not the failure of the student.
People are more than what's written on paper about them. You got these documents or educational records or whatever it may be. People think that's a sum of who someone is, and it's not. There's so much going on. It's like an iceberg. What we see versus what's underneath is so much bigger.
My life circumstances, I have 2 little sisters. I help pay bills when I can. I have a job outside of school that I do. I am known as the man of the house. I didn't care about school. But then when I came into SailFuture, everything changed. The school mindset was completely different. They catered to more of the interests you enjoy and what you wanted to do, and built the curriculum around you. With the business thesis class that we have here, we were creating stuff like elevator pitches. I was thinking about opening one of the businesses that I wanted, which was the frozen fast food where we sell frozen tamales and empanadas. Now I believe that I'm able to open up my own business and that I have the experience needed to keep it running and do well.
One of the things that is scary as an adult, whether you're a parent, you're a teacher, or you're an administrator, is the idea of relinquishing control. It is a scary thought for us to say, hey, maybe this kid in front of me, maybe they do actually know what's best for them. And maybe if we listen a little bit deeper to what they're saying, either through their words or their behaviors, maybe we could design something that's going to lead to exponentially better outcomes. And so for us, a college degree is not the ultimate objective for every single one of our students. If our kids are becoming self-actualized, no matter what career pathway that is, that's success to us.
My biggest motivation was sailing expeditions. To be able to experience and get to travel at sea and to explore different places was really cool. SailFuture has a 100-foot sailing yacht. I sailed it from the Dominican Republic, delivered it to the St. Petersburg harbor.
Yo, these are my strong guys right here. Here you go, guys. You want to grab that? Yeah. Yeah, you can go maybe hand.
Back when I was in public school, I would literally walk away from the school when I got dropped off at the school in the morning. I really felt like it just wasn't for me and there was no point of me being there. From where I was at in the beginning to where I'm at now, I'd say a lot has changed. I graduated from SailFuture Academy in 2021 of February, and I teach sailing classes at the Sailing Yacht Club, actually to the students at this school, to be in that leadership role and to have people that look up to me. He definitely made me feel confident.
This is definitely how the kids are going to learn, is by experience and doing it with their hands and getting in there and knowing how it's done and what effort it takes and is required for it.
So when I believed in myself, that's when I felt like other people started believing in me.
Working for SailFuture and being a part of this organization has changed me the best way possible. I'm a part of a family that genuinely cares about me as a person. They genuinely care about the kids that we have the wonderful opportunity to take care of every day.
Imagine if we all had the opportunity that our students have here at the SailFuture Academy. Imagine if every school across the country believed in the unique dignity and potential that the students in front of them held. Imagine what world we could all live in.
Well, that gives you a look at SailFuture Academy and some of the things that they are doing with the students and hearing from the students. You know, some of these young people too, obviously when you're working in the foster care system, you've dealt with at-risk kids. Mm-hmm. So they've come in maybe a little bit wary. You've had to break through some of that, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, does it take some time sometimes?
It does. I think building trust in a relationship with anyone takes time, right? That's an important variable there. And again, going back to sailing, when you are, so right now there's a group of 11 students on that ship that everyone just saw in the video that are halfway to Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
So they've sailed from St. Pete. Now they just left the Dominican Republic. They're on their way to St. Kitts. So they've covered almost 1,400 miles over the past 3 weeks, and they'll do another 1,000 miles over the next 4 weeks. The relationships that those teachers and counselors and house parents are building with the students on that boat are accelerated by years.
Wow.
Just because of the experience.
Yeah, they're literally doing things together, physically moving, interacting, the whole, wow.
Spiritually, emotionally, all of it.
I love it. I love it. Okay, this is, now let's talk about it because I want our viewers to know how they can connect with you. But this is a tuition-free school. How do you fund this organization, SailFuture? I mean, this is got to be, it takes a village moment.
It does.
Yeah.
And we have been so incredibly blessed, Darlene. The families we serve are incredible, and they deserve to have this opportunity for their kids. And in order for that to be possible for them, we do need to make it tuition free. So our cost per student at the school is about $20,000 per year per student. And that includes everything, which is incredibly competitive compared to other private high schools. We're able to accomplish that through about $13,000 in government support per student, and then we make up the other $7,000 through philanthropy. So private individuals, corporations, and we're really proud. We don't just go out and ask folks for money. We get really creative. So we draw down resources from Medicaid for mental health services, the Department of Labor for job training, the Department of Education, obviously, for the school, Department of Children and Families on the foster care side. And we have our own social enterprises, our own wholly owned businesses that help employ our students and graduates and generate earned income to support those scholarships.
I keep saying that through the show. This is amazing. That is really so much wisdom now that, but I know we have some viewers watching too that would go, all right, so, but I may want to help and contribute. So do you take donations?
We do.
They can go to the website probably.
I would say three ways to get involved and to support the work that we do. One, you can make a donation online, sailfuture.org/donate. Two, reach out to us if you want to get involved in a greater capacity. Maybe that's serving on the board. Maybe that's taking a vacation with us. We have that school ship that has students on it 40 weeks a year. Well, there's 12 weeks a year that it doesn't, right? So maybe you want to take your family to New England in the summertime.
Wow.
Maybe you want to take your family down
I didn't know you did this. That's amazing.
Maybe you want to take your family down to the Virgin Islands in the wintertime. We would love to host you for what we call a vacation with purpose. And then the third way is to volunteer, right? We love having folks come in to host a dinner at one of our homes for our kids. We love having folks come in to be part of study hall. So 2 days a week, we have volunteers come in to help tutor our students. Or maybe you have a company that has a specific focus that could be helpful to our students with, maybe you do recruiting. Okay, come and host workshops with our kids and teach them best interview practices, right? Yeah. But come get involved in a deeper way. We would love that too.
And boy, that is three ways. Okay, and you do other things as well.
Mm-hmm.
You do something like called summer camp is one of them. I think you do multiple events.
Yeah.
Tell us about your summer camps. What are they like?
Yeah, so in general, if you're listening to this and watching this and you have a loved one or a student or a son or daughter that you're like, hey, I want them to get involved in SailFuture, go to the website. You'll see a quick link that you can send a message to us on our contact page. So whether that's enrolling as a high school student or we do a summer camp every year, which is a great way for young people to, one, do something really exciting and fun. It's sailing and STEM and engineering based. And we do that every summer. All you have to do is go to the website and reach out on the contact page, and we'll send you the flyer and some more information.
So I think there is probably enough to keep you busy through all of this. I think all the different things that you're doing. We saw on the video that, you know, how you did this, Mike, starting this in your college years and how you got involved in this. If you're looking to the future, obviously you've been doing this 10 years now. And, you know, I want to say what was really cool about watching that video when I saw that is the power of college kids. I mean, I just go, you get an idea, you get a you know, visionary moment, and you just act on that and go, and you're in that learning time in your own life, you know, and taking it and going. So when if you have a young person, they have an idea, don't dismiss it. You know, if you're the parents watching or whatever, don't dismiss. There's like, sometimes it's a seed that's being planted, and that is what you did. So looking to the future, how do you see SailFuture? I mean, you see this expanding, growing.
Yeah, we're always going to be trying to find the best ways to serve our kids and our families. And to us, depth has always been the most important thing, not breadth. So if we are truly helping our kids transform their life outcomes, we're happy. And we want to provide whatever opportunities and whatever services that we need to do to get them there. And so as we look to the future, it's, hey, how do we build out the school model as a model that other schools can learn from? Maybe our curriculum is something that can help other schools serving different populations of students. Maybe we have more boats with more kids sailing around more parts of the world. Wherever we feel like we're making the greatest impact, that's where we want to go.
Well, there's one thing you do, just a last moment here, one thing you do that is close to my heart. All the years of doing this show, 24 years of doing Bay Focus, I've done a number of things with foster children over the years, but one of the was a heart's cry for so long is that when kids age out of the system, when they age out,
Yeah.
what happens to them? You're aware of that. What
Absolutely.
do you do?
Well, actually, this could be a great way for someone to get involved. Right now, we're raising a capital campaign for about $400,000. We had a donated piece of land, and we want to build a home for our kids that have aged out of foster care.
Yeah.
And it's really neat because it's directly adjacent to the school, and so there would be a way for us to deliver services and help support those kids literally right next door to the school.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you're already coming alongside them. They're in helping them, and they're still staying connected with you. A couple spots going on some of these ships, too.
Yeah.
They get to go, the kids that have aged out. Mike, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Stay with me. We're going to show you now, again, on the screen, how you can contact SailFuture and SailFuture Academy. So many different ways that Mike said that you can get involved, and we want you to do that. So here on the screen is how you can contact and reach SailFuture Academy, and we will be right back with more of Bay Focus. Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have so many things to tell you about. There's some exciting things coming up.
The power of God is so much stronger. The power of Jesus is so much stronger.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's program. What an honor it has been to feature SailFuture and SailFuture Academy. What they do with young people is just so creative, so innovative. I hope you will get on board and help them. So many different ways we gave you today to do that. And I also want to thank you for tuning in each week. I want to hear from you. You're seeing on the screen how you can contact me directly and how you can find our shows. I hope you'll share the shows. And we're so grateful you tuned in. We will see you next week. May God richly bless you.